Okay, this time we're going to continue from cliffhanger.
Good luck.
You're lying. This isn't real. I'm not a machine. You're not me.
Don't say that. It's the night and truth of the Shadow iteration. With this, the Shadow face twist with an evil rapture.
Finally, you finally said it. Now I can be myself. Yes, the power!
Hope I could save her before I got to this point. But that might have been impossible anyway. It's difficult enough to confront the truth, and in her case, it was accompanied by revealing the true form she's been so desperate to hide. She is a machine, and she was forced to perform painful acts that most likely no one could ever comprehend. The truth she was avoiding wasn't just part of her personality, but her actual body itself. Can't imagine the shock she's experienced. Now that the reality she built for herself has crumbled, I want to help her. She may be a machine, but she has a heart. Labrys has denied her past in which she was forced to fight and kill her friend, and see her pants come out in a long echoing scream. What has to be done to a heart to cause such terrible screams? There's only one thing that can we do. We will save Labrys. Okay, we will save you too. Always choose the first choice to unlock a secret ending.
Finally! Fight!
Narukami is fun to use, man. It's the best. The power that Labrys Shadow had gathered dissipated. It's over. All that's left is for Labrys to accept the darkness within her. But will she truly be able to do it? I turn around, but Labrys hasn't moved a muscle. He has been avoiding having to watch the battle just now as well. What more can I do for her?
Labrys.
The moment I call to her,
There they are! Yukin! Labrys! Sister, Narukami-san.
she and Aige-san, and not just them. Yukiko and Yosuke are right behind them. And there are even more surprise.
Man, as soon as that invisible wall thing disappeared, I knew you did it!
We ran into Aika-san along the way. She told us about Labrys and everything.
A little late, wasn't it? If someone told me what was going on from the start, I would have...
You fell into the TV when you were half asleep! For crying out loud, you really know how to blow it when it counts!
Hey! What you go and tell them for?
I don't think this is the time for that.
Huh? Naoto? Yeah, we were surprised too. The job she was on turned out to be related to all this.
Hanji, who had been missing before, went inside the TV, and the real Teddy are here. There's even Naoto, who wasn't supposed to have been able to come to Inaba. Looks like the whole investigation team's back broke back together, and I didn't know it. Everyone say that Risa has told them pretty much what had been going on. The smiles are encouraging. I tend to speak to Labrys, who has been silent all this time.
These are my friends. We've all faced our weaknesses at one time or another.
Labrys finally respond.
Your weaknesses. You've all faced your shadows?
Everyone gathered around Labrys. Labrys right. The shrank away nervously, but Risa is behind her and won't let her retreat.
Sheesh, enough doom and gloom. If you don't hurry and accept her, she'll get all lonely.
Doom and gloom, this favorite word on Persona.
I'm a weapon who didn't want to fight. And I dragged you all into this.
You're still hung up on that? It's over already, dummy.
Your jumping skills were amazing, but you're surprisingly sensitive, aren't you?
What does that have to do with her jumping skills?
You're really cute, Labby-chan. You're so meta-luring.
Labby-chan, it's alluring that steady for you.
Are you all listening to me? Labrys needs to face her shadow now, and...
This was going well at first, but now everyone's talking about different things and we're completely off topic. Of course, there's not unusual with all of us. I have to laugh and I apologize to Labrys that things didn't quite rev us as I hope. Labrys looked back at me with a blank expression. Can't you tell that we're not treating her any differently? I turned toward Aigi-san and she met my gaze. It's not, silently. Then stand before Labrys. She seems slightly nervous.
Nice to meet you, Labrys. Or rather, sister. I am Aegis, the 7th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon. I am your successor.
Labrys jerked up and looked at Aigi-san. At this same instant, Yukiko gasped in surprise.
What? Excuse me, but you're... I mean, are you also...
Yes, I too am a robot.
It just occurred to you now?
Weren't you with her all this time, Yukiko? How did you not notice something like that? Ah, that is so like you. Once again, everyone looked toward Aigi-san and Labrys, the non-human sisters. Now that I see them standing together, there's something like a family resemblance. Maybe I've been wrong this whole time. If Labrys is Aigi-san's older sister, then should I be calling her Labrys-san? Well, I guess that doesn't matter.
My mission to retrieve you has brought me here. My colleagues are waiting for you.
Are they gonna lock me up again? Well, considering all I did, of course they will.
Labrys' expression darkened. I hadn't thought about it, but if Labrys and Aigi-san are treated as weapons, it's no surprise that there will be measures to keep them in check. But Labrys shouldn't have just to accept it. If she is truly going to be locked up, I'll make up my mind and wait for what Aigi-san has to say next, but she'll smile.
We can discuss that later. Right now, there is an important task you must carry out.
I gotta do this, huh?
Aigi-san quietly points at the shadow that had remained still while we've been talking. Labrys looks at the shadow and then turns away and casts her gaze down at the ground again. See, so now I'm going to have to act.
It's okay. We're all right here with you.
I indicate my friends that they have gathered around her. I had been forced to fight against my friend, just as Labrys had in the past. But I had been able to endure the suffering that Labrys had not. Of course, I had been forced to fight to the death. But the biggest difference between Labrys and me is that I wasn't alone. What if? What if I had been alone in this place? What if everyone else has forgotten about me and I had to fight all alone? Just the thought of that hurt. Labrys has been forced to endure that pain. He must know that there was no escaping it. But it'll be alright now. We're not going to reject her. It doesn't matter if she's a machine. She's not alone anymore.
Yeah.
Labrys slowly looked around at all the faces, touching each one for confirmation. Finally, she turned back to me and nods. Labrys then walked over to face her shadow. As she walked, she no longer seemed to be bound by her fear. She then looked down at herself. She looked at the mechanical body that she has. She had convinced herself she didn't have.
That's right. You're me.
Labrys and her shadow turned to face one another and stare into each other's eyes. You can't avoid looking at the shadow now.
You're the way I was on the inside.
screaming to be understood. The pain wanting to be known. You're all I couldn't say. You were always inside me. You're me. A machine with a heart.
Machine with a heart. I'm crying.
I'm sorry I ignored you all this time. I was the one who left you all alone. No, you are me after all. This is my persona.
Labrys accepted the existence of her shadow and obtained a persona. It's finally over. We take Labrys with us and follow Teddy and reset to the school's rooftop where they say is connected to the TV in Junes. The invisible walls are all gone. Perhaps there were walls like that wherever she came from, and she drew on that in making this place. But I have a feeling she's truly been freed from those walls now. As in confirmations, Labrys is slowly warming up to us, smiling more and responding to us when we start talking to her. When we reach the rooftop, we're surprised to see that the TV world has regained the studio-like appearance that we were accustomed to. However, there are two unfamiliar faces waiting for us.
Mitsuru-san, Akihiko-san.
These people have overwhelmingly intense presence, but thankfully, they don't seem to be enemies. The moment we see them, we tense up, but after Aiji-san call out in recognition, we learn that they are her friends.
I'm Mitsuru Kirijo, Labrys' handler.
The body shaped like something out of a movie, with a fur coat on top. It looked like that doesn't really work, but her name immediately reminds me of something. The Kirijo group. And if she has the same name, she must be quite an influential person in it. The research organization that developed Labrys and Aiji-san must belong to her.
I'm Akihiko Sanada. Sorry for all this trouble.
The man with the red kit appears to be quite comfortable with Mitsuru-san and Aiji-san. He must have been helping them fight Shadow for some time. Is there some reason why people on Shadow Examination Squad have to dress like crazy people?
So, what's going to happen to Labrys now?
Crazy people. Before we fully introduce each other, Yosuke asked Mitsuru-san what I've been wondering myself. I know all of us might have been worried about this, but I was waiting for a good moment to bring that up. Even Yosuke seemed to have realized how out of line this question is, and he shrank back sheepishly, as if regretting having asked the question. I know why Yosuke worried, but why does he keep stepping on landmines like this? Well, if he's already stepped on it, we might as well wait for the smoke to clear and see if there's any answer.
Well, you deserve to know. We were thinking of sealing her away again.
They were thinking? Did something change their mind? Mitsuru-san turns to Labrys. There's a smile on her face, but is she smiling for the reason we hope she is?
But our report from Aigis says that thanks to you, Labrys has acquired a persona. She's hardly a rogue test unit anymore. Besides, she has a heart. We would never treat anyone with a heart so poorly.
Yeah, we did it!
Thank goodness! I'm so happy for you, Labrys!
Our friends roar in excitement. Labrys looked around at us all, bewildered before saying anything. Even though we only known her for a very short time, before he come to accept her as our friend. Mitsuru-san's word come as a great relief, as if I'd been worried that she might lock me up too.
Good job, guys. Let me say thanks.
He speaks without any hints of caution, but I see a touch of gratitude in Akihiko-san's eyes. He certainly looks, how can I put it, bold, but he must be an honest and upright person. I guess I could call him stoic. There's a distinct brickness to him. There's no way that people so considerate would neglect the goodness of Labrys' heart. It seems that Labrys can believe everything she's hearing. She turned from Akihiko back to Mitsuru-san.
You're not gonna lock me up again? No fooling?
We only seal away objects. If I did that to you, knowing you have a heart, I'd be no different from the Kirijo Corporation of old. Labrys, you've been blessed with good friends.
Labrys looks stunned for a moment, then scrunch up her face is about to cry, but then her face lights up with a brilliant smile. Who would think that anyone capable of making this expression was just a machine? I find myself almost moved to tears as well. We were just about to leave forward to congratulate Labrys once again when Labrys' head dropped suddenly like a puppet whose string had been severed. I'm about to rush over to see what the matter is when I see Akihiko-san take a fighting stance. I realize that this is no ordinary matter. Suddenly, a bizarre voice emanates from Labrys.
It's not over yet.
What? That isn't Labrys' voice. This abnormality seems to have made Mitsuru-san come to a realization.
What? It's the same communication system as ours.
Everyone, step away from Labrys!
Mitsuru-san and Akihiko-san rapidly sound intrusion to us. We all spread out and watch Labrys from the distance.
I cannot gain access. She is being hacked. It isn't coming from inside this facility. The signal originates elsewhere.
You mean outside the TV?
Outside the TV? That's right. I curse at myself for having forgotten what was supposed to have been the cause of all this. All this was going on because Labrys had somehow been placed into a TV. But there has to be someone outside who threw her in here. The same person who stole Labrys from the Kirijo group then threw her into a TV is now taking direct control over her.
This is just a little extra resistance. Now, entertain me.
The nonchalant voice fills with malice. With a dazed look in her eyes, Labrys looked up and dashed forward just fast. I barely dodged her axe in time. Surprised, I look up at Labrys once more. Her eyes are blank, as if she wasn't looking at anything. Those eyes were once fulfilled with a strain of responsibility and awareness of duty. Her face had once been filled with sorrow over her painful past, and she had smiled when she had found real friendship for the first time in her life. Whoever is controlling her has stolen all those things from Labrys. And okay. Remember, first choice to unlock secret ending. I won't let her be hurt like this anymore.
She's suffered enough. I won't let you hurt her.
Finally!
Damn it, now she can use Persona maybe.
My, she was quite easily defeated. Evidently, I didn't push her far enough. Well, she is a test unit, so this is as far as my little game goes.
Labrys has stopped moving, the only sound in the smug voice that continues to come from her. Those heartless words cause anger to pull up within me.
Who are you? Why are you toying with people's emotions like this? Labrys isn't a tool. You want to fight? Then come out and fight!
You're quite passionate. You, Narukami, was it?
The person, whoever he is, knew about me. Then maybe it isn't a coincidence that we were dragged into this. This revelation shakes all of us.
Labrys' shadow was only the mastermind of the tournament. I see now. You're the true culprit behind the whole thing.
Indeed. It was I who stole Labrys away. Since I don't have a persona and can't enter a TV, I needed a puppet that could run amok for me. Labrys' persona was only partially awakened, so I had a feeling her shadow would appear if she underwent a little suffering. You got the better of me this time. You deserve to know at least that much.
Enough is enough. Never been so irritated knowing that I can't do anything to whoever is controlling Labrys.
This time, so your scheme hasn't ended.
Well then, everyone, until we meet again.
The communication cuts off abruptly without answering me. Labrys immediately slumped to her knees. Before I can ever begin to move, Aji-san already at Labrys' side to support her. Aji-san looked at me and nods, confirming that Labrys is alright. Thanks goodness. Labrys is okay. Feel a bit of my strength drain from me. Still, the sword in my hands feels awfully happy. Mitsuru-san speak up from behind me even as I considered this.
It seems whoever our adversary is, they're connected to us. I advise you not to get involved in this matter any further. From here on, you should leave this to us.
What? Wait a second. We went through this whole big thing and that's it?
She's right. There's no way in hell we're backing out of this now.
I understand how you feel, but this is too dangerous for you. We will do our best to ensure that no harm comes to you. Trust in us and let us work.
My friend Bristol had Mitsuru-san's proposal. After all, we've come this far, and we already knew about the dangers. There's so much I want to say. I can understand why they want us to stay away.
Guys, I think we can trust Mitsuru-san. We should let them handle this.
My friend responded with looks of shock. Of course, they don't agree, but now's not the time to complicate matters. One of them should understand why I'm backing down so easily. Okay, signal Yosuke, signal. Okay, if we solve this, we're going to trigger Margaret's secret ending. So I'm going to select the useful ending first. Signal Kanji. I stare directly into Kanji's eyes for a moment, hoping that he understands my intention here. But Kanji blushed and looked away. Come on, Kanji, get with the program. Hey, wait, what did you think I meant? I turned toward Yosuke instead. I fixed Yosuke with a stern gaze, hoping your success with Kanji failed. Come on, Yosuke, back me up.
Yeah. We're all tired, so let's just get the heck out of here.
Smooth, Yosuke. Oh well. Snake a glance toward Mitsuru-san and the other to see if they pick up on this, but none of them appear to have noticed. Maybe they're just pretending not to notice. Well, in any case, it may have been let go for now. I sighed with relief before urging everyone into the exit to V. When I returned to the real world, exhaustion from the event of the day catch up to me. I'm more tired than I expected. Then again, I had been fighting all this time. It can't be helped. Everyone else seems tired too, so we decided to go separate ways for the days. Still, everyone is safe, Labrys included. It'll be a while before this case is completely closed, but I think we can assume that the disturbance had been settled for now. I worry about the mastermind that had been taking control of Labrys, but I need to rest for now. When I get back home, Nanako greets me with a bright smile. The moment I see that, all the exhaustion of the day hits me, along with a profound sense of relief. Can't keep myself from staggering. Nanako and my uncle were worried a bit by that, but it doesn't bother me at all. There was something I want to do in my room, but I haven't been in my room for an hour when my awareness melted into the darkness.